Hi, I'm Andrea and welcome to Productive C#. In this video, I want to talk about using declarations in C#. 8. Here I have a console application targeting .NET Core 3 and I'm using Visual Studio 2019. This application simply writes a number of lines that you provide into a file. In order to do that is creating a file stream and a stream writer, and then iterate through a list of lines and then write the lines to the stream. In order to do this job we are using the keywords twice in order to make sure that we actually dispose the objects after we finish using them. The important thing is that the file stream and the stream writer objects, they all implement iDisposable. So when you deal with an object that implements iDisposable, you always need to remember to call dispose when you finish with it. And the using statement allows you to do that fairly easily, and the compiler under the covers use the try finally, convert this code into a try finally code, and the body of the try is actually the whatever is inside the using statement, and in the finally the compiler called the dispose method. This means that even if something goes wrong inside a particular code, you are always calling the dispose method and correctly disposing all the resources that a class is using. So it's very important practice to use using all the time you interact with a disposable object. However, this syntax is a bit annoying because force you to create a lot of nested level of indentations. You get a lot of nested scopes. As you can see here, this line, the bright line, is inside three nested scopes, and that can hurt sometimes readability and make the code more verbose than what it should be. So in C#8, the compiler team decided to simplify this syntax and makes creating using statements similar to creating variables. Let's see what is the syntax. So basically is removing the parentheses here and adding a semicolon at the end, and this is a using declaration. And you can do that for the others using as well. That means you can remove all the things there, and then I need to remove this this thing here, and I can remove all the scopes. So the code that I've shown you at the beginning is basically can be rewritten in a much shorter and compact way. The end result is the same. The compiler called the dispose methods correctly at the end of the scope where the using declaration is being created. So this file stream and the stream writer are two local variables that belongs in the scope of the method, and the compiler automatically called dispose inside a finally at the end of the method. So the end result is the same, but the syntax is a lot better because now you only have one level of indentation. There's only the for each that is what you actually need. So if I run this code, you can expect that it's creating a file inside the bin debug folder, and this file contains 2 lines. So the behavior hasn't changed, but the code is easier to read and easier to understand. And so that's pretty much what this feature is about. It's a very simple feature that helps you to make your code more compact and reduce the level of nesting inside the code when you use using statements. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching.